Hi guys, this is Andy and today we are going to create a parallax effect using CSS with JavaScript. First, we're going to create our HTML document. We are going to link our style.css file. We'll create a new file. Let's call it style.css. Save it with the same folder. And also we are going to create our custom.js file. Create a new file and save it as custom.js file. Next, we are going to create a section. The first section will be our hero section, which will be our parallax section. Let's name it hero. Added a class of hero. Let's create a div with a class of hero content for the content of this section. And the heading tag in the heading title. So let's add a class of hero title. And let's name it parkour. Let's open it. As you can see, it's not much there. So let's create a section for our content. Let's have a class of container. And let's create a div with a class of container inner. Let's add our dummy content. So for Sublime editor, can create a dummy content by just typing the lorem and then hit tab. I'm just gonna copy and paste it. So here's it. Next up, we have to style this document. So let's go now to the style.css file. For the hero section, I'd like to make it 100% height. I mean what the view height. So let's add 100 view height. And then let's add a background. So as you can see, there are spaces at the right and left. So I'm gonna remove it by removing the default margin of the body. So that's it. It's removed now. And next up, we're going to style our hero section so that the elements inside it will be aligned to center. So let's use CSS Flex. Now it's aligned to center. And for the hero title, just gonna make this quick. So the goal of the parallax effect in this tutorial is to make the value of the CSS rule transform translate y-axis value dynamically as we scroll down. As you can see, I'm I'm adding a 100px y-axis value, so it moves down. So we want that to happen when we scroll down, and we can only do that with JavaScript by adding an event listener when we scroll down. And let's delete it, and let's go to our custom.js file. Oh, but first we have to add a data attributes to our elements. So this will be handles the data speed that with our Parallax will be basing on. Speed can be any name you want. 0.1 for the hero title, so it will move differently since we added different values. So next up, we're going to custom the JS file. Let's create a variable of Parallax. So this line just means that it returns a static node list representing a list of the document's elements that match with the data speed. So we've added. So let's check it on the console. Let's add a console.log and then add our Parallax attribute. Parallax variable. Save it. Check our console. There should be two node lists, the hero element and the hero content element. Next, delete this one. So let's add a event listener. So the target is window that add event listener. And there are two parameters. The first parameter is the what type of event listener, so we are going to use scroll, obviously scroll. And then the function or the expression, I'm gonna create my scroll function. So this line just means that if we scroll down to the window, then run our my scroll function. Let's create it. Function, my scroll function, and inside this function we are going to loop through the Parallax variable that we have all the elements with the data speed attribute. So this line just means that we're gonna loop through the Parallax node list and then create a p element variable. So let's create a variable position. This will hold our dynamic value window to scroll y multiplied by the p element data set speed. So we are getting the value of the p element. Next, we are going to create a condition because we want the elements to have the different values. So if p element contains a class of hero, then we're gonna add a style, inline style, transform, translate, translate. The first parameter is 0, the next parameter is the position variable. So how do we get that there? we will use a template literals. So basically template literals just it's just a way to pass the expression. So when you create a template literals, you have to enclose it with a brick tick. So you have to, it's just like it's like diagonal position quotations. You can find it under the escape key on your keyboard. So when you pass the expression inside a template literal, you have to use a placeholder, which is a $sign and a curly braces. Inside the curly braces, you have to paste the variable, and then so else for the other elements, which is the hero title, have to add a negative value. That's different. Oh, I missed the spelling for the, it's missing ent, it's missing ent, and also the other one. Save it again, refresh. It's still not working, the scroll. Maybe I have spelling. Yeah, it's cool. Why? So that's it. When you save it, it's working fine. Oops, as you can see, the bottom element overlaps, our hero section overlaps with the content. So let's style our content. So it's okay now. Let's check our values. Let's check the value if this is true. So as you can see, we have to multiply the value of the scroll y to the value of the data speed attribute. So you multiply by 0.520, and let's check our element, and it's correct. Going to scroll down a little bit, and we get, and let's check if it's correct. 182 multiplied by 0.591 px, so our translate value should be 91 px. Alright, that's how you create parallax effect. Thank you guys for watching. This is Andy.